Yes, hello everybody, this is Ray from Race United and I'm back again. And you know how I do my thing. Let me take the chewing gum out. We don't need chewing gum right now. We need to be serious. So you know how I do my things, guys. This week has been a very good week, but there's a lot more to come. So guys, if you don't know what to do, you know exactly what I'll tell you to do. Smash that like button, smash the subscriber button, and of course, if you're not a member, become a member. Share everything with people. Share everything you see here. Now, this particular video, I'm going to talk about the Q&A. The Q&A that Nicolas Kokkalis, Dr. Nicolas Kokkalis, actually, let me go a step further. Sir Nicolas Kokkalis did with some pioneers. And I'm going to give you hints and I'll give you details of what was said. And I'll explain certain things that I believe some may not understand. And so when you get the hints and you get the information, share it out there. Don't keep it to yourself. We're all one big happy family. And I believe by now we've hit about 40 million and you're going to love every single thing that comes after that. Most of your answers that you may have had would have been answered or would be answered in this Q&A I'm going to share with you in the next 30 seconds. I will be right back. All right. So I'm back. This is Ray from Race United and this is my channel. So I'm going to tell you this. Look, Nicolas Kokkalis has done what Napoleon couldn't do. He's mobilized over 40 million people of this world, 40 million inhabitants of Earth, and made sure that we have become one big family and mine pi. And right now we've had our base mining rate or system-wide base mining rate given to us. And every month we're going to have a reduction due to the fact that, you know, pi is going to increase. But that gave rise to a Q&A between Dr. Nicolas and certain pioneers. Questions were put to him and he candidly answered them. So right now I'm going to delve straight into it and read the first question and then I'll tell you exactly what the response was, and if I've got anything to add to it, I would, if it's technical. If not, then of course we move forward. So the first question, this person asked that Nicolas or Sir, other countries like India and many other countries creating its own digital currency, will it affect Pi cryptocurrency? If yes, then how? So this is a clear question. You know, the person is asking, countries are creating their own cryptocurrencies. So is that going to affect Pi's crypto? So this is the answer that Nicolas or Dr. Nicolas gave. He said, the more cryptocurrencies in the world, the merrier, with a smiley face. Of course, Pi has its own benefits and I think it's the best, with a smiley face. Time will tell. Now, Pi's got its own benefits and Dr. Nicolas thinks it's the best. I think it's the best too. So, guys, we need to just know that these are hints into telling you how good or how great Pi is going to be. So I move to the next one. The next person asked, hello, sir. Thanks for replying. I wonder that if someone has a scar after an accident, which leads to some changes on their face compared to the document's photo, so whether they will pass KYC or not. Thank you. And obviously, Nicolas answered, real humans, pioneers, will review such cases and they will process appeals. So you should be able to explain the situation and hopefully have no problem. So here it's a bit vague, I can say. Vague means ambivalent. You know, the answer is not as clear cut as you think it may be. So in this case, I would say, yeah, let's just wait and see what happens with scars on somebody's face or anybody's face that may have been a bit deformed as opposed to the originality that it used to have. So that's what I would say. However, maybe I believe a procedure will be made in such a way that KYC will be able to be done again, just as the person has acquired a new documentation with the scarred face. Okay, so I'll read the next one in the next phase. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. I'm going straight to the point. I'm not going to delay. This is it. So the next person asked this question. Good morning, Dr. Nicholas. My ID has 3 names, but during registration, the provisions for names were only 2. And the arrangement of the name in order of first or second name were not done by many. Will it affect our KYC since we used only 2 names whilst our ID has 3 names? And this is what Dr. Nicholas said. No problem if you have 3 names on the ID but used 2 on the Pi account. Many people have 3 names and use only 2. So here, Dr. Nicholas is saying that it's not going to affect the person, so the person shouldn't worry. The thing is when you have 2 names and you use 3, that's when you have a problem. But he has 3 names on his documentation, but he used 2 on the Pi account, so it's fine. Because sometimes even on your bank account, you may have you may have 3 names on your passport, but on your bank account you're using 2. It will still be valid. What matters is the name you use on your bank account is not more than the names you have on your documentation. If it's equal or less, it's fine. And so the next one, this person asked, how should China KYC? We all use VPN. Some people submit KYC through other countries and regions. Can this be done through KYC? And then Nicholas answered, when we open up KYC, it will not matter. So you're okay. I love this. It's a short answer, but very, very, very concise and very, very, to me, it's a detailed short answer. It's a straight to the point short answer. All right, let's go straight to the other one. So this person also and then of course he went on to ask another question. This same person went on to ask another question. He said, hi, I have been working on nodes for more than 2 years and nearly 3 years. When will I choose nodes? I'm helping more people build nodes for free now. Let everyone participate in the node. And then, of course, Nicholas answered by saying, thanks for running a node. As long as you keep it active, your history gets recorded and will be part of the mining reward formula. Now, those that have nodes are going to get a higher mining reward formula. I can assure you of that, because running a node is like really something that I believe, you know, you're using your network. If your network is very strong and secure, it helps with our ecosystem. So that is one thing that I believe people are going to ensure that the ecosystem benefits a great deal from. So I am happy that people are running nodes, and I have no qualms against people running nodes. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. Guys, please don't forget, smash that like button, smash the subscriber button. You know exactly what to do. You know, it's all about energy, good energy, no negative energy. Everything is great. Everything is going to be great. Please make sure you share the content as well. If you want to be a member, don't hesitate. Become a member. It's just a token that you're going to pay for the greater good. All right? So let's continue. So here, this person asked, Nicholas, what's the assurance that KYC will launch without glitch? Because there have been series, or there's been series of complaints about liveliness challenge, sorry. Also, many Nigerians expect the national ID, voters ID, would be accepted. Many Nigerians expect the national ID, voters ID would be accepted, only to be told it's not accepted. I'm afraid many from here won't pass KYC. And then Nicholas answered, of course, by saying, our goal is to launch the KYC ASAP and improve any corner cases like what you are describing. For example, initially we will not accept children, but we intend to eventually improve the process to allow children to KYC with their parents' consent where allowed by law. So if your circumstances are not supported initially, just wait, and we will try to support as many people as possible. Now, this is a very long answer, and I like that. You know, he's given an example of where children aren't supported, but there's going to be a mechanism where children will be supported. So therefore, if voters ID is not accepted now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will not be accepted in future. It will be. So nobody should panic. People should just hold their horses and wait, or choose a better form of ID just to be safe. This person also asked a question: if I have followed the KYC beta, am I still required to follow the mass KYC? I hope, Mr. Nicholas, I passed my KYC beta yesterday. Thank you for your attention, Mr. Nicholas. Some of the grammars are not that great, so I'm trying my best to read them as clearly as possible. And Nicholas answered by saying, generally, you only need to submit your ID once. There are rare cases as part of the beta where we may have to ask few people to repeat some parts of the process, like the example I mentioned above about the liveliness detection, which was mentioned somewhere. But we try to minimize the liveliness, we try to minimize the amount of people who will be asked to resubmit anything. So in the general case, you only need to do this once. So generally, we have to do a KYC once. It's only the case where things are a bit tricky, where you may be asked to do it again. And again, about the liveliness, actually, I swapped it. So the liveliness, this is what he said. Currently, we are solving an issue with the liveliness detection video coming from some phones. For example, if we accept too many people right now without solving issues like this, it will be very inconvenient for them later on to have to redo some parts of the KYC process. So it is better if we get such things ironed out first. That's why we accept small groups at the time now. Every time we make improvements, we accept one more batch of people, and we make more improvements. These are last-minute issues that arise because pioneers have so many different types of phones. It is a lot of work, but we believe we are close to opening up to many pioneers soon. This is one of the main ones that I'm happy about. He believes that after all the glitches are sorted out and obviously dealt with, it will be KYC will be opened up to many soon. So it's all about the fact that people have got bugs on their phone, people have got different types of platforms, different types of operating systems, and so on and so forth. That's where the problem is coming from. So that is why we have these problems. All right, I'll be right back. Yes, guys, so I'm back again, and listen, I am so happy that I'm doing this video. This is kind of a bit of a long video for my standard, because in recent times I've done shorter videos, or relatively shorter videos, but this is slightly longer, and I want you to enjoy it. So let's continue. So this person asked a question. Now, these are questions that you may have wanted to ask, but haven't had the opportunity, and Dr. Nicholas is answering them for you, and I'm delivering them to you. So please pay attention, because these questions apply to all of us. So watch the video till the end and enjoy everything. All right. So this person asked, why core team can't talk on mass KYC solution? This person went straight to the point about why KYC. Now listen to the answer. This is probably one of the best responses, or one of the best questions and response, hands down. But I'm going to read more. So this is what happened, the answer that Nicholas gave. We are working hard on the mass KYC, and it is coming soon. As mentioned before, we value pioneer privacy and security, and we are willing to compromise a bit on the speed. It will be ready. You understand? On the speed, it will be ready. We added watermarking and barcode redaction recently, for example. But hopefully, we will start mass KYCing very soon. It is a massive endeavor to KYC millions of people for so many countries using so much diverse ID docs or ID documents. In the end, I believe we will end up with the most inclusive KYC solution in the world. I've been talking about this for months. I told you that we're so many. So we don't want glitches. And because we don't want glitches, what we're trying to do is to ensure that the process is as smooth as possible. You get what I'm saying? The process is not smooth, we're going to have a problem in the end. And the last thing we need is to have problems. You get what I'm saying? So what Dr. Nicholas is saying is absolutely right. It's inclusive, and it probably will be the most inclusive KYC solution in the world. We are going to be the best in the world, but we are going to be the ones that issue, obviously, the most inclusive KYC solution in the world. Let's move to the next one. So this person asked 2 questions, and of course he got his answer. This was the first one. He said, or she said, I still cannot see the top 10 miners of my earning team. This is a good question, you know. I also was wondering that. I waited for it to autocorrect and nothing happens. So for some months now, nothing happens for some months now that I would be able to see it. Do you know what I'm talking about? It says it will be available soon, but it says so since it launched. So I understand what he's trying to say. It's saying that it will be available soon, but it's been saying that since it launched. And then of course he gave Nicholas gave a concise answer. We had disabled this for pioneers with many people in their referral teams for scalability of the service. However, we would like to turn it on for Pi Day. So Pi Day, we all will be able to, you know, so that actually tells you straight away that KYC should happen before Pi Day. You know, a lot of things are happening. KYC is the only tool that we weren't given a timeline on. We were given hints, but we weren't given a timeline. So when you look at things right now, KYC should have been ongoing for a while now, but because of the glitches and the different phones and the different platforms, we've had issues with that. You understand what I'm saying? We've had issues with that. That's why that has happened. Okay? That's why that has happened. So, listen, I believe in Pi a lot. I believe in Pi a lot. All right? I'll be right back. Yes, so I'm back. I'm back again. This is Ray from Race United. Come on. Roll along with me. This is a very good video. Q&A with Dr. Nicolas Kokkalis. Okay? So, pioneers, Q&A-ing with Dr. Nicolas Kokkalis. All right, let's continue. So this person asked a question. Would be nice if we had Node for Ubuntu or Ubuntu or however you want to call it, or Ubuntu, whichever way you want to call it. I call it Ubuntu. Okay, so he said, yes, I agree. The oxymoron here is that the actual blockchain code of the node is running inside a Linux container on Windows and Mac computers, and we don't have a node UI, which is user interface, for Linux computers yet. The Linux node, obviously Linux runs with a Ubuntu. You understand what I'm saying? The Linux code, the Linux node will come eventually. We would like to make it remotely controlled by pioneers. Pioneers other decides so that they can install it on Linux servers too, not only on Linux desktops and laptops. I'm not really privy to this. Those of you that do, I don't use Linux. I don't know a lot about Linux, but I just wanted to let it be out there for those of you that use Linux and want to be able to have to use a node for Ubuntu. So this is your response for it. And then the next person I asked, this is a very, very good question. He asked, or she asked, okay, since I'm 16 and have my own ID, how come I can't KYC by myself? And Dr. Nicolas said, you can KYC your ID. You can use your KYC to ID, but in some countries, we have to get a parental approval by law. We will try to make the approval as easy as possible, as long as it complies with the law. In the meantime, the best thing you can do to prepare is to ask a parent to install Pi already, so that when the time comes, they can approve your own KYC application. This is so important if you're 16. So you need to listen. If you're 16, the best thing to do is get your parents to help you do it. And that will be the best way to go about it. Get your parents to do it. And obviously, Dr. Nicholas corrected it and say to endorse. It's actually endorse your own KYC application, not approve. Endorse your own KYC application. So he corrected that with that. And then the next one, I think the same person asked another question. No, he asked it. Okay, that's it. And then we move to the next one. The person asked, diving for Mr. Kokkalis. I don't know what that means. Diving for Mr. Nicolas. But the person said, I'm Adi from Indonesia. I want to ask a question regarding a registered pioneer who's 80 years. Currently, both hands are shaking because of pain. When KYC can be, or when can KYC be when can KYC be done accompanied by family? Or can KYC be done by a company? Let me see. When KYC can be accompanied by family. Okay, I understand what they're trying to say. Can the person be accompanied by family when KYC is being done? I'm paraphrasing. And then, of course, Nicholas continued or answered by saying, yes, of course, family members can help pioneers perform the KYC process by holding the phone. Remember, Pi is about inclusivity. I like that part. Pi is about inclusivity. And then finally, the question was asked, sir, please accept also Nepali citizenship card called Nagrita because many of pioneers have not passport or driving license. So I'll paraphrase. He's saying they should accept the Nepali citizenship card, which is called Nagrita, because many of the pioneers don't have passports or driving license. And then Nicholas answered by saying, for requesting different KYC identification documents, please talk to the moderators in your language channels and ask them to include them in an organized list. They should also agree that such documents are not easy to produce fake copies. That's very important. They can then help organize all the doc types or the document types we accept. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. Now, listen, in conclusion, I'm so happy about this. I know I read a lot. My throat is gone, but hey, let's do this. This is it. We need to keep the energy up, keep everything up. Now, the Q&A that Dr. Nicholas had, which preceded the release of, or let me say, the reduction of our mining rate, was significant because what it meant was for the hour that he was there answering people's questions, he gave detailed answers, and people, I would say I was satisfied with what I saw. So I thought, okay, not everyone is going to actually read it, or not everyone is going to go back into the chats and check what happened, because so many of chats might have stacked up already, so they can't go back to watch it. So I thought, let me screenshot this and, you know, impart it to you. So I know all of you would love what you saw. And if you did like it, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't yet subscribed, and obviously share the content to other pioneers on other platforms. Let them know there are answers to their questions. You get what I'm saying? There are answers to their questions. So they shouldn't panic. They shouldn't worry about anything, because Dr. Nicholas and his team, the core team, are prepared to answer any questions that they have. Let's be one big happy family, and let's make sure we keep mining and keep our mining rates up. Let's get better rewards, boost our Pi, and ensure that our lockup is also at an optimum level. The name is Ray. The channel is Rays United. And the word is peace. Ha 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 ha.